What's up, y'all? Bless Kemp here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about high school, man. I'm going to be giving some real good incoming freshman advice. All you freshmen out there, 8th graders that just graduated middle school, ready to take that next step in the high school, man. Some of you is a big change. I know most cities or whatever, they have, well, at least for my city, I say my city, we had a lot of elementary schools and we had a lot of middle schools, and now we only have one. Actually, well, I know my town, we have a lot of elementary schools. We had one middle school, and we had one high school, and we had one high school, and we had one high school. But a lot of people were still coming from different places. For all you guys out there, who are going to high school next year and you ready to, make that next step, but you just kind of, a little nervous, and, even though it's still summertime, you still got a couple more months to go. Well, a month to go now, because July is almost pretty much over. Yeah, you got a month to go, and you kind of a little nervous about high school or whatever. I got you, man. I'm about to stop talking. I'm about to just get to this video, man. So if you're ready, let's go, and let's get into this video right now, man. Let's go. First thing I'm gonna say about high school, man, is definitely bigger. It's definitely a bunch of more people you may not have seen for a while. You may have been a 6th grader in middle school, and you seen that 8th grader, but you only saw them for 1 year. Now you see them again in high school, and they probably look so much different. They're probably it's their junior year, and last time you see them was when you were in the 6th grade. So it's been a long time. They probably look different. From your freshman year to your senior year, you're going to change. The other day I seen a picture of myself from my very first day in high school. Actually, I'm gonna put it right here. So obviously, from my first day of high school as my freshman year to a graduated senior now. So as you can see, I changed a lot from my freshman year, from my first day to now. I look totally different. So the first thing I would say about what you freshmen should really know before even getting into high school is that you gotta keep your grades good. I made that mistake my freshman year, thinking that oh, I have 4 years, oh, I'm gonna be doing fine, I'm not gonna worry about my work my freshman and sophomore year. I'm just gonna go to school, have fun, and just chill, man. I'm gonna just chill. Don't do that. Everything that you do in high school that you really need. Your GPA matters, your academics matters. The way you treat your teachers or whatever, because you're gonna need them your senior year. I guarantee you're gonna need them. Everything you do in high school, it transfers over to college, man. So you have to make sure that you keep your grades up, make sure you have a good GPA, and just try to stay on top of things, because everything you do from your freshman year to your senior year, you're going to need for college no matter what. It looks so much better if you were working hard from your freshman year to your senior year, instead of you slacking off your freshman and sophomore year, and then you kind of start to pick up the ball your junior year, maybe middle junior year. You kind of start to pick up the ball. It's easier to just have that good GPA already going, instead of trying to race from behind and try to get something better. The second thing that I would say about high school that you freshmen should know is that always be yourself. No matter what, when you get to school, make sure that you're always being yourself. You're surrounded by people who like you. You're not just with people just to be with them. Make sure you're being yourself, because a lot of people get to high school and they just try to fit in with the upperclassmen. They try to be cool, and even though that may make you feel well, that's not you being who you are. Just because you're in high school now doesn't mean that you have to change who you are. If you like a certain thing, you go for that. You make sure you do those type of things. And that's getting into my next subject, where when you get to school, make sure you sign up for as many things as possible as you can do. Because like I said before, everything you do now is going to transfer to when you're a senior and you're looking for colleges to look at everything that you've done. Make sure you join as many things you can do. Join clubs. If you play a sport, play sports. Do activities at school. Try to be involved as much as you can in high school. My next thing that I'll say about high school is that high school is very fast. You're going to walk into school on your very first day of school, not knowing anything, not sure what to do, where to go, to being a graduated senior in 4 years, and it's going to feel like that. And you will be looking back, and you'll ask yourself, damn, where did all that time go? Like, what happened to everything? Like, when everybody says, oh, high school goes by really fast, they're telling you the honest truth. It really goes by really fast. Because I can tell you from my own experience, like to this day, I can still remember the very first day I walked into high school, not knowing anybody, looking around, and not knowing where to go. So like, just know that high school is gonna go by really fast. Please, 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 I'm telling you this right now. You look at me. Stop what you're doing, looking away. Look at me, because this is important. If you're walking in the hallway to your next class, please do not stop unless you see a friend or something. And if you see a friend, you take your ass and you move to the side of the hallway, preferably the right side, because you're supposed to be walking on the right side. It's just like driving people. You're supposed to be on the right side. You move yourself to the side of the hallway, and then you talk to your friend. Do not stop in front of somebody to start talking to someone, because I promise you, you will piss them off behind you, and they will confront you, and they will get mad at you. Especially if you were walking in front of me when I was a senior, and you stopped in front of me. My ass would have kept on going, and you would have got bulldozed over. And I promise you, I'm not the only one who thinks that. There's other people out there who will do the exact same thing. So pull your freshman ass to the side, and you talk to your friend that way. Do not stop in front of somebody. I'm telling you, you'll remember this video, and you will thank me for saying that. Next, please don't do anything that you feel is like. Don't do anything just because the crowd is doing it. Just because everybody else is doing it that doesn't mean that you have to do it. If you don't want to do it, then you take your ass home and you go do whatever you want to do, or go find something else to do. Like I said, if you have a club or something, being in those clubs helps you stay out of harm's way. Being in those clubs stops you from being, the follower of the crowd, following where everybody else is going. Make sure, like I said, make sure you join those clubs and make sure you join those sports so you don't have to be a follower in school, or you're just not always following the crowd. You're doing your own thing. Just know, coming into school, everybody is not going to like you. And what I mean by that is freshmen are not the best. Freshmen are not the most liked kids in the school. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. Freshmen, you gotta, you're going to come into school with a lot of friends. You're freshman. You're going to come into school, a lot of friends from, middle school, back in middle school, elementary school, people you probably seen your entire life. Don't think that those same people are going to be your friends through high school. High school is a whole totally different game. It's where, people start having, real emotions and start, analyzing things in their own heads. Just know, you're not going to leave high school with the same friends you had. You're going to you're probably coming to school right now with a lot of friends, or a lot of friends. That's what I would say. A lot of friends. But come your senior year, my bad guys, my camera died. But I honestly don't even know. Moral of the story is, guys, make sure that you pick the right friends when you're coming into school, because at the end of the day, there's only going to be about 1, 2, maybe 3 people from your freshman year to your senior year that's still gonna be, your close friend, your ride or die, your bitch, as your females would say, yo bitch. So for me, just make sure you pick the right friends, and like I said, make sure it's somebody who maybe is like you, or is close to you, and somebody who's always been real, because honestly, that's gonna be someone who may not be there for the rest of your life, but it's going to be there for, a big chunk of your life. Because high school, yeah, I have a speech impediment. Sorry, guys. A big chunk of your life, a big step, a big part, So you never know, that you could easily very well be with your best friend in high school, or, you may not find your best friend till college. But either way, you will have at least 1 or 2, maybe 3 friends that you will carry through high school. But the rest of them, fuck them. Sorry to break it to you who may not know this, or may really think this is true, but high school is not like High School Musical whatsoever. You're not going to be in lunch. You're not going to see anybody start breaking a move. You're not going to see anybody start singing out of nowhere. High school is high school. It's nothing like High School Musical. If you thought that, sorry to break your heart. Sorry to bust your bubble, but I'm sorry, sweetie. It's not how it goes. Ladies, I will tell you this now, so no one else can tell you this. I said it first. If you have a boyfriend and you guys break up, do not go mess with his best friend. Or do not go mess with anybody that he hangs out with on a regular day basis, because you will get yourself a early start, a early name, a early tag, a early whatever you want to call it. You will get yourself an early name tag across your forehead as a hoe or a THOT thotty. You will be labeled as a thought, and I promise you, just don't do it. Just don't try to mess with your ex-boyfriend's friend or whatever just to get back at him or try to get revenge, because you're only making yourself look bad. You're only making yourself look worse. Another thing I will say about high school is when you get there, and you see it's school spirit week. Other people may not want to get involved as much as you. Still get involved. Still do it yourself, because honestly, a lot of people in my school had a lot of school spirit, and a lot of people in my school didn't. And the people that I associated myself with, they were kind of like half and half. Some didn't really mess with having school spirit and getting all decked out for the whole week. I love doing that. I actually have an old video that's still on my channel right now. When I was going to school and it was mismatch day. But like I said, guys, a lot of people that I hung out with, some of them were kind of half and half. Some of them did want to do it, and some of them didn't. But I personally, I love doing it. I just feel like it was a way for me to show that I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. So during Spirit Week or whatever, I always like to go all out and have fun, and just be myself instead of just doing what everybody else did. And then when you get to the pep rally, you see, there's still a lot of people that's, all decked out with face paint, or, what they're wearing or whatever is, erotic or is cool. And you're just like, damn, I wish I could have did that. But, I didn't want to look this certain way for this certain person, or these certain people. If you can't be yourself, or you can't look the way you want to look at school, around certain people, then you don't need to be around those people. Those people are not your friends. As I said before, you should, just have this, be around people who, accept you for you, no matter what. Don't go to school thinking that every teacher is an asshole, or every teacher is not, they're not good to you. Trust me, believe me, there are those type of teachers who really are, they really I feel it seems like they just don't like their job. There are people at your school who are going to be like that. There's going to be those teachers. But don't think that every teacher is like that, because honestly, most teachers, they care about your grade. They're trying to help you out, and they just want to see you succeed. They have no problem with helping you, if you stay after school and you put in that effort, just to make it seem like you care about your grade. Then they'll give you that same respect back, and they'll try to help you out as much as they can, no matter what. And for my last thing, it's not really a big thing, but I will say, make sure that you go to the parties and the homecomings and the cotillions and all that good stuff that goes on along throughout the year. The Halloween parties, Christmas parties, whatever kind of party you can get where you can go to and get your social life up, and so people can know you and like you for you. Because at parties you're going to be yourself. If you like to dance, you're going to dance. If you just don't like to dance, or you're not a good dancer, you're just not going to dance. But 9 times out of 10, even if you're not a good dancer, there's somebody else at that party who's also not a good dancer, and that's how you guys connect. Feel me? That's just a connection right there. Just make sure you get out. Make sure you get involved in school. Make sure you have fun. And like, school isn't all like, it's obviously schoolwork comes first, but school can also be a fun way, a fun place to be. With high school as a freshman year, you got so much time to do so many things in the next 4 years. But don't forget that it's still gonna go by fast. Alright guys, so thanks for watching my video today. Make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure you guys leave a like, or don't leave a like. Smash the like button, guys. Make sure you get down there and you, like I said, you punch it, you kick it, you do whatever you can to smash that damn like button. And if you haven't told a friend, make sure you tell a friend about my video so they can, and make sure that friend tells another friend, and make sure that friend tells another friend, and so on and so forth. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.